things are interesting.
Yeah.
So you'll note at the bottom there, it's flashing it for us. Extend only 100,000 points. So I'm going to get one extend somewhere in level 1, probably after I finish it, and then never again for the rest of the game. So anyway, we've got 4 fabulous characters here. I'm going to choose Warrior. Time's going to start in just a second here. And start. So stage 1 is kind of just an intro to the basic game mechanics. There's not a lot interesting, and the enemies all have insanely low defense. So I just use this Super Joy attack because it covers a huge area to hit as many of them as possible. We're going to do something interesting on the stage 1 boss, hopefully.
Nice.
So this
Yeah.
Pipe.
So this is probably the best appearance a pipe has ever made in a Capcom beat 'em up. There's a glitch where basically if you are hitting the same point that an item you've thrown is hitting, the game gets really, really confused and just starts having them hit on alternating frames.
Yeah.
So this stage 2, they start showing no shame in just throwing every enemy at you. Yeah.
Yeah. You beat the first stage. Congrats. You must be ready now. Here's 10 enemies.
The main attack that I'm going to be using a lot is this this up kick move, which is called double kick. You do it by inputting a down and then an up attack, and you can cancel into it from a lot of things, like the slide. And so it's a really multi-purpose move. It does a ton of damage. It moves you into positions that are safer, and by doing the slide into it, you can first of all extend the range, and second of all, you can hit grounded enemies and pick them up into it. Another mechanic in this game is that you have like a weapon that you're holding, and you'll drop it like all the time. Basically, anytime you get knocked down, your character will drop the weapon, and you have to pick it back up.
You can still pick up other weapons while you have your weapon, though.
Yeah, and you'll be holding it, it'll just be invisible.
Yeah.
I like doing this throw, and that's the only place I can do it without wasting time, so this elevator is just timed to when it stops again. And the way to get it to go is, of course, by just completely smashing the controller. Alright, so this is the Royal Guard enemy. It's the first mini-boss that we fight. And it's not terribly difficult. The main thing it can do is just spit acid like it was, and that particular attack, it's hard to dodge because it spits it everywhere. So this move that I'm doing now is you can control the direction of your jump, and by jumping backwards and hitting attack, you can influence the direction you send enemies. So I tried to use that to knock them all in one direction, but they kind of got away from me. When you're fighting huge swarms of enemies, it's just, they're all acting randomly and you never know where they're going to go.
Yeah.
So this boss has a little bit more health than the first one. He's just kind of walking somewhere, though.
Yeah. Nice. I noticed that he did like a jump up and then shoot the ground attack. When he doesn't have a spear, that's a Super Joy.
Nice. Really good save.
All right, so another trick I did there is anytime you pick up an item off the ground in this game, you have a short invulnerability period. So by standing in front of the boss and picking up an item as he was standing, he swings at me and just doesn't hit anything.
So the most exciting stage in the game?
Yeah, this would be a good time to read something. This is just a total nonsense stage.
Alrighty, we got some donations here. We have $100 from Maximilian Dude. Alien vs. Predator is a true gift to see on AGDQ, one of my favorite arcade titles. It's game over for cancer. Game over, man. Game over. $50 from Raziel. Hey guys, I'm watching from Portugal. I didn't know about AGDQ until this event and just had to participate and help. Awesome work. Let's fight and win cancer. I don't know if we want to win cancer. Win over cancer, I guess.
All
$20.
right.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
So that was actually a really good stage. That boss will just jump on screen randomly, and sometimes they'll just hang out off screen for a few seconds, and you're going to lose time, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, and it's weird that that's like an actual stage. Seems like a bonus stage.
Yeah. It really feels like it's just not a part of the game.
Yeah, and there's like no other part of the game that's like that.
So we beat the first 3 stages, and it's time for the hardest stage in the game.
Yep. Like, there's definitely big challenging stuff later, but this stage just completely denies giving you health for most of it. And in addition to that, I'm going to try and carry a gun across the entire stage and probably fail miserably.
Right. Now that isn't completely impossible given the fact that you can hold a gun while doing Predator Warrior's best moves.
Yeah,
But
Right.
it is still a hassle.
right.
And the reason it's a hassle, like, you'll see that I do drop it, like, when I get hit, and usually it'll just sit there, but every single time it drops, there's a chance that it'll disappear. So, and if
Like
I
now.
leave it for too long, it's gone.
Yep. Oh well.
All right.
Alt strats time.
Wow. And this
Wow.
is why this is the hardest stage, is because this
Yeah.
area right here, they just surround you continuously, and you're trying to carry stuff.
Yeah.
Can you dual wield your staff?
No, you'll just drop the other one, and then they'll disappear.
Lame.
So that's the only death that I get if I want to complete it in 1 credit.
Yeah.
At no point will I get a second one. So I picked up the flamethrower, not so much because it's good, but because it happens to kill infectoids instantly.
Yeah, flamethrower.
Somewhere in the AVP lore, apparently people infected with chest bursters turned into zombies, but that was kind of removed later. So yeah, as far as the story goes, AVP has a rather interesting history where the movie's gone through like some insane number of scripts and none of them have anything to do with each other. So this game was made in '94, and the first movie that was actually released was in like 2000 something, I think. I'm not really 100% sure about that. I don't know.
It was just down something, yeah.
So, you know, this game came significantly before the movies and has nothing to do with it. Wow.
Right. Now, weren't there comics based on this?
Yeah, the comics are more similar. They're still not the same, but
Right.
they're more similar to this story.
Yeah. So, in essence, the story of this game is the Predators want to hunt the aliens, and the aliens are also harassing humans. Amongst them happen to be Dutch Schaefer IV, who is a cyborg. Or android, sorry, he's an android.
I don't know.
He's something.
And
He's
some
something else.
Japanese lady with a sword. And for the so it's pretty much just an excuse to, you know, have an Arnold-like character in there,
Yeah.
as well as
Yep.
have Predators beating the crap out of aliens. And for whatever reason, the story of this game is significantly better than the story of the actual movies.
Even the parts that we're seeing of it, which is like the short little bits.
Yeah.
Okay, so this enemy right here that was in there is Defender, and I should not have done that at all because they destroy you for attempting what I did. There I used the item throw glitch again because Royal Guards have a ton of health.
I think I was right the first time. Would be Cyborg. Man with, like, metal armor stuff be
Yeah.
Cyborg. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Defenders, their main gimmick is they block stuff from the front. You can break their guard with anything that would knock them down. But if you don't break their guard, they'll usually block and then counterattack you in very nasty ways.
So this game's an interesting brawler because you can't despawn any enemies.
You can
You
despawn
can
a few
despawn
humans,
humans,
but you can't
but-
despawn any of the aliens. And if you somehow do, really, really bad things happen.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to kill all of them, so if you do despawn them, that's not what you wanted.
Tail whip.
Yeah, the tail whip tends to be any given alien's most dangerous attack, mainly because it's the longest range, and most of them are pretty quick. This is kind of unfortunate. There we go. So this is a little slow, but it conserves my health. Stalkers don't have much health anyway, so there's a pretty big group of them off to the right. Alright, so now we're to the boss.
Nice.
The Alien Queen here is a pretty interesting fight. But she doesn't really understand what to do about you standing on a box.
Yeah, this is some pretty silly AI.
So she's actually attacking and stuff. She's really upset with this, but I'm just in a dead spot they didn't think of.
Yep. That's alright. She'll get you back later.
Yeah. So anyway, that's how that goes. If I had managed to carry the grenade launcher from the start of the fight, or from the start of the stage, I would have just fired 6 grenades at her and she would have died in about 5 seconds. So here's our other characters. They join in, you know, they're helping. All right, so stage 5 changes the pace of the game a lot in that we start fighting humans. And the most notable trait about humans is that they all use weapons, and most of the time they'll just drop them, which means the floor is going to get really cluttered with random objects.
Yeah.
In addition to that, most of the weapons are pretty useful to use to attack them. So, especially the guns.
Yeah, the guns are so OP in this.
Yeah, the guns are quite good. So there's 2 types of guns worth noting right now. There's a plasma gun, which he's using right now, and then later there's a smart gun. Right there, actually, there's a smart gun.
Yep.
So, plasma gun, let's see here. I think it shoots, for every time you push a button, it shoots like 3 bullets.
Yep.
Although you could also just hold down the button and auto-fire, whatever.
But it'll always fire multiples of 3.
Right. And the smart gun, what's nifty about the smart gun is that, well, it has a big juggle property on it. So if an enemy can be juggled, it does insane damage because it also pierces.
Yeah, basically it does the item throw glitch with itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
But in the event that that an enemy can't be juggled, or they have like some small juggle thing or whatever, then it doesn't do much damage at all. And in that case, it'd be better to use the plasma gun.
Yeah.
The humans can also be really dangerous, even though most of the time they are pretty easy thanks to all the weapons, because if you do get shot by a gun from long range, it can be really difficult to escape the situation. So the human stages tend to or the parts with lots of humans tend to either go really, really well, or you die really fast. Oh, shoot. That's going to be interesting. So I meant to kill all those guys, well, most of those guys, and collect a bunch of pulse rifles, but I failed miserably at that, so. So this is Admiral, and he doesn't want to fight us, so he brings his power loader into the fight.
Right. So the reason why he's using a pulse rifle here is because you can't really juggle a power loader.
Yeah, when he knocks down, like, he'll kind of be juggled, but he won't, like, be picked up like other enemies. And because of how his hitboxes work, it ends up that you can't really hit him for anything with the pulse rifle.
And as far as why they're fighting humans, this is just a minor note. The storyline, it's kind of a basic sci-fi storyline. This Admiral dude wants to weaponize the aliens because, you know, that they can totally be controlled.
Of course.
As if this plan has always worked in sci-fi movies.
Yep. The first course of action. And the power loader starts exploding forever.
Yes. Now, unfortunately, he didn't get hit by a certain move by the power loader.
That,
Yeah.
that it
The
usually
final
doesn't
atomic
happen.
buster.
It usually doesn't happen in stage 5, but they have the silliest attack where they grab you and suplex you,
Yeah.
which is an incredible move when you're in a power loader.
Yeah.
So one trait that humans do have, while they do carry weapons all the time, if they don't have a weapon, they will run away. So one useful strategy when there's when there's not too much garbage to pick up is to just try and pick up and use everything. That's one of the reasons that I'll grab knives and just toss them.
Yeah, so in beat 'em ups, items and weapons on the ground, there's a lot of them. They're like the biggest, most dangerous enemy ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of negated a little bit in this game thanks to the fact that you have some invulnerability upon picking up an item, but it's still a problem. Yeah. All right, so this mini game is interesting if I get the positioning right. There we go.
Nice.
Whoops.
Yeah. So again, a smart gun has piercing, so he pierced it. So that particular thing had 3 hitboxes to it, and he positioned himself in such a way that the bullets would pierce and hit all 3.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So I think you said each gun can hold 3 guns worth of ammo.
Yep.
That's cool. Stack.
They each have the pulse and smart gun each have 24 rounds by default. But by picking up a second gun, it does what's called reloading, but it's more accurately just combining the guns, not really reloading. And so any given gun can have up to 72 bullets in it.
And anytime the screen transitions and goes through it like a fade to black, it gets reset to 24.
Yep, because the game doesn't bother keeping track of it between screens. In addition to that, if I were to drop a gun and an enemy picked it up, it would reset because the game doesn't bother to keep track of the guns that humans are holding.
That roundhouse kick.
Yeah.
Give it back. All right, well, that sucks. In this stage, I want to carry a smart gun to the end of the stage, but I don't... Okay.
Wow.
I don't have the opportunity to do that now, and now I'm at pretty bad risk of dying.
Oh.
Dead.
Oh, the headbutt.
That's a stupid place to die to. But I got kind of worked up about that smart gun.
Yeah, now you got to go to your mom at the laundromat, get that extra quarter.
Yep.
I didn't think they were going to spawn quite yet because I thought there were enough enemies on screen. I want to kill this guy before I go to the right. Those smashers have a real bad tendency to get caught on that door. So defenders are interesting because while they are really annoying when they block, if you can change directions in the middle of hitting them in some way, you'll break their guard. So that's why I do the jumping kick and then change directions. The regular jumping kick, you can just change directions and do weird stuff.
That's sick.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But unfortunately, they don't do much damage, so I don't do them too much other than bat hop kicks to reposition enemies. And sometimes they'll just decide they don't want anything to do with me.
There you go.
And then I'll have to wait, because for some reason attacking enemies when they're just completely evading me is insanely dangerous. Usually it means they'll counterattack you as hard as possible when you approach them. Fortunately, usually you can just like jump at them and do the spear dive and be pretty safe, but if they're off playing with you, that doesn't work.
No.
So you may note I've got the plasma caster and I haven't been really using it very much. The main reason is because it sets enemies on fire. And when enemies are on fire, they're actually invincible. So it doesn't really make a lot of sense to do it.
Yeah.
So this boss is a pretty tight window to get this. And if I mess it up, he does a whole lot of damage. So... Alright, so pretty soon here he's going to stop falling for this. I think here, yeah. Yeah, one fortunate thing you can do with the predators in this fight is you can, if you're really confused as to what he's doing, you can wall jump and get away from him pretty well.
Nice.
Awesome. Yeah, that fight does not normally go like that. I played this for the first time like a few days ago. He does things that aren't that.
Yeah, if you're standing next to him when he wakes up, he'll grab you and just do this like punch throw that does 80% of your life.
Yeah.
All right, so I mean, the beginning of this stage is pretty standard stuff. So if you want to catch up on any comments or anything that have been going on, you can.
Alrighty. We have $20 from Andrew79. I just got into watching speedruns last year, and this is the first AGDQ I've been able to follow live. My wife has non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, but has been cancer-free now for almost 2 years. I've seen firsthand the toll cancer can take on patients and their families. Hopefully, the small donation will mean at least one less person will have to go through go through what she did. Thanks. We have $99.98 from Vandiran. Good job, PJ. 2 credits lost, so I penalized your donation by 2 cents. $99.98 for PJ's choice. Looking forward to what will beat the crap out of Murph now. $25 from Carrie Wood. First time watcher, first time donator. Can't wait to see what you guys pull off by the end of the week. Let's go, Caps. $20 from Jimmy P. My dad won his battle against cancer. They gave him a 5% chance of overcoming it. With the help of his amazing doctors and nurses, he pulled through. This is a great cause, and I'm glad to support it. Thank you for your donations, and congratulations for you, Jimmy P. We also have $20 from Rizeki. My first time donating, but not my first time watching. Love what you guys do. I've played so many games because of what I've seen run at various GDQs. Kick those xenomorphs out of here like we need to kick cancer. And $25 from Spank Minister. Great to see my favorite beat 'em up, AVP, on here. Hope to see Lin Kurosawa next time. Thanks for running and good luck.
As an aside, on that Med Predator fight that Murph just did, which was a very swaggy kill, good job, Murph. The actual strategy that he was originally going for in the stage, you might recall he mentioned that he was trying to carry a smart gun to the end. So, Predator Warrior is an enemy that can be juggled, and so the alternate strategy, which is significantly faster, is to just shoot him, and he dies.
Yep, you just walk into the fight, shoot the smart gun, and he dies.
Yeah, it's really silly.
So here they dump a ton of chest bursters on you, and while it's technically not efficient to use the super gun or the super joy for health, it's really annoying to try and hit them. So I usually just do that and get rid of them right away, because these guys won't spawn until stuff is out of there.
This laser beam has a really strange hitbox.
Yeah,
it's really hard to predict. So he wants to fight as much as possible on the very far side of the screen there.
I just realized 2 games in a row where the enemies regularly have the heads, like, come off.
Yep, it happens.
Yeah.
Okay, I have an audio cue on the next bit coming up here, so I need people to wait for a second. There we go.
I didn't hear any change at all. I don't know
It's
what
just a
you're
little.
listening-
It's just their little yell when they charge.
More of
Wow.
a screech than a yell.
Yeah, whatever. All right, so you may note I carried another smart gun. No, it didn't hit him right. Wow, both of them. There we go.
Wow. Okay.
There we are.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah, if I got better hits, then I'd be still carrying that smart gun for the next fight that's coming up. But even just getting those two Royal Guards down that quickly is a huge speed boost compared to actually fighting them. All right, this is a fight that I'm fairly concerned with. Bad things can happen here.
Nice block.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one way to go
That
about
will
it.
work.
Yep. That doesn't actually do too much damage, but it's good. I'm really worried about that screen because if you don't kill them at the same time, you're at risk of a really bad glitch. It's pretty rare, but
But this is AGDQ, so it's going to happen if it's possible.
yeah, and if it happens, the game is over. So
Nice.
Yeah. Good.
okay. Okay.
Huh.
That happens sometimes. I'm not sure where those guys come from, but
Through the door.
Did they dent the door?
Yeah.
Huh. But the door dented as if they were trying to go in said door.
wow. So if he keeps firing the flamethrower like that, you can be completely trapped.
Yeah.
Even if you hit him, the only way to stop him from doing the flamethrower is by hitting him. And if he's already activated it and you're in range, then you're hit. Like there's no timing that you can do to prevent it. So that's.
Yeah, he played that well. There was nothing he could have done there.
I even tried to super joy out of it a couple times and just couldn't get the timing because.
Yeah.
But these things happen. You're good to read a few more things for this part.
Okay. I want to give everyone an update on the character bid war for Sonic 3 and Knuckles, which is coming up later on today. Currently, Tails is still in the lead. Actually, let me do a quick refresh here just to make sure. Yep, Tails is in the lead, 2,374.74. Knuckles is a bit behind at 1,533.11. So if you want to see Knuckles, better get your donations in soon, because that game will be coming up soon. We have a $1,000 donation
Wow.
from Gigi Dover. First time watching AGDQ live, enjoying it like nothing else. To all the runners and people working in production, keep up the good work. We will, and thank you very much for your big donation. I have $100 from Anonymous. Couldn't donate last summer during Murph's Metal Wolf Chaos Run, which was hilarious. So I'm compensating now. Great event, great cause. Keep up the good work. We will. Thank you very much. $20 from Anakin MK3171. Was planning on doing one big donation during Super Mario RPG, but I spent a small fortune of my mom's money playing AVP at the roller rink. Just had to donate a bit for nostalgia's sake. Thank you very much.
All right, so this section, there's a couple little odd things. Like I mentioned before, humans will run away if they don't hold a weapon, or they're not holding a weapon. And apparently there are some Russian conscripts among this group because during this section there are some guys with a ton of health who don't spawn until everything else is dead, but they come on screen not carrying anything. So by keeping the floor clean, I skip a huge wave of enemies with a ton of health.
Wow.
And here we got more chest bursters. That barrel up there contains even more chest bursters. Because what do you put in a barrel?
You gotta keep them somewhere. So the Super Joy doesn't actually cost health unless you connect with anything. So using it to just avoid attacks is really, really smart.
Yeah. All right, so this is the last room in the game. We've got the Admiral here. He's going to send a bunch of guys at us. This is pretty tricky because I do want to carry a bunch of pulse gun ammo into the final fight. Because otherwise it's a really insanely difficult fight. But actually carrying that ammo requires not letting any of these guys make me drop and then pick up the gun, or just getting bad luck and having it vanish. That sign that contains pizza. Predator's favorite snack. Okay.
Nice.
All right. So this is the alien queen fight, and it's, yeah, he died.
Wow, that was violence.
Oops.
So this is pretty intense. She's immune to about everything that normally works in this game. Fortunately, because of that property, she's more vulnerable to the plasma caster. So I use the super pickups that I haven't used for the rest of the game because for her it does good things. That particular attack that I just evaded, if that hits me, I'm pretty much dead. As a matter of fact, I should pick that up.
Yeah.
Fortunately, the super droid does get her to jump away from you, so it's a way to get some space. But since I carried so many guns into the fight, I can take away quite a bit of her health without too much problems. Unfortunately, I'm almost out of ammo. Wow. Oh. All right.
Nice.
There you go.
Is that 2 credits?
2 credits.
Nice.
Yep.
That's-
Yeah, this game conveniently keeps track of your credits too.
Oh, right,
Since I have
'cause,
1 at the end, it means I continued once. All right. Not bad, considering I didn't get any of the luck.
Yeah. Yeah, awesome. Great run.
All right. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed Arcade Block. It was a blast.
Yeah,
Yes.
be sure to tune on later today as the true finale to the arcade block,
Yes.
Tetris the Grand Master.
Yeah, that run's going to be insane.
All right, great job, guys. Another round of applause for all our arcade players.
Yeah, Jeff clap, good clap.
And my super gun didn't kill anything.
It's a miracle.
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
All right, so after that great block of arcade games, I guess we'll do a quick commercial, and then we'll be back shortly.